Good morning everyone. Today in this session we are going to discuss regarding the actinide elements. The 14 elements after the actinium in the 7th period of the periodic table is known as actinide elements. They include from thorium 90 to lawrencium 103. Total there are 14 elements. These elements lies at the bottom of the periodic table. After the lanthanides comes the actinide series. Here the last electron enters into the 5 subset, hence it is also known as 5F series. These actinide elements generally they are radioactive in nature and they are very reactive, highly reactive. These actinide elements they are radioactive with a short half-life period ranging from 3 minutes to 1 day. If we see the lawrencium it is having a half-life of only just 3 minutes. These elements are having very short half-life period from 3 minutes to 1 day. Among these, lawrencium is the shortest half-life having just 3 minutes. If you see these actinide elements here, after the actinium comes the thorium, hence we call this as actinide elements. Actinium, it does not belong to the F block, but since it resembles in the properties, it is studied along with these actinide elements. Actinium belongs to D block elements. Here the actinide series starts from thorium 90 to lawrencium 103. Thorium, if you observe here, in thorium, here there is no any F electrons. 5 0 6d to 7s2. Since in its ground state it does not contain any electrons in F shell, but still it is placed in the actinide series because in its oxidation state it attains 1 electrons in 5. It becomes 5f1 configuration when it is oxidation state is +3. Hence it is placed in F block elements. Here the filling of F electrons takes place here after thorium, that is from proactinium to lawrencium onwards. Here first element is the thorium, second one proactinium, uranium. After uranium, that is neptunium, plutonium, americium, curium, berkelium, californium, einstein, fermium, mendelevium, nobelium as well as lawrencium. After the uranium, these elements are radioactive in nature. Generally all our elements are radioactive, but after uranium these are all the artificially prepared. These elements are prepared by human beings. They are synthesized in the lab. After uranium, all these elements are artificial elements. Hence, we call these artificial elements, man-made elements as a transuranium elements. The elements after uranium is known as transuranium elements. Transuranium elements starts from neptunium to lawrencium. All these actinides are radioactive in nature here, and the elements after uranium it is known as the transuranium elements. Let us study their general characteristics. In general characteristics, first comes here the electronic configuration. Here the element thorium with atomic number 90, it is having in its ground state electronic configuration is radon. Thorium is having radon noble gas configuration 60 to 7s2. It does not contain any F electrons. There is no any 5F electrons. 5F is 0. We can write it as radon 5F0 60 to 7s2. Since it does not contain any electron in 5 it attains 5f1 configuration. Hence, it is placed in the actinide series. The filling of electrons starts from the proactinium, that is 91, radon 5f2, 61, 7s2. Here, the electrons enters into the antipenultimate F5f subshell. Hence, it is known as 5f series or actinide series or actinones or 5f series. Here, from thorium to lawrencium, it is having 103 as its atomic number. Lawrencium, here radon, its noble gas from radon 5f14, 61, 7s2 configuration. If you see here, in generally the outer configuration, all the elements is 7s2. 7s2 is a common outer configuration for all the elements from the thorium to the lawrencium. Here, some of the elements like plutonium, it is having 5, 6, 7s2. There is no any 5d is 0. 5, 6, 5d 0, 7s2. As well as americium is having 5, 7, 7s2. There is no any electrons in here 6d. There is no any electrons in 6d in case of the americium as well as plutonium. So some of the elements does not contain any electron in d shell. Some of the electrons contain, that is only one electron does not contain in F, that is thorium here. There is not a regular electronic configuration in case of these actinide elements. There is an irregularity in the electronic configuration is observed here. The irregularity in the electronic configuration in case of actinides is due to the stability. Here some of the elements are stable with 5f0 configuration, some are stable with 5f7 half filled, and some elements are stable with completely filled 5f40. Due to the stability of empty, half filled and completely filled, here there is irregularity in the electronic configuration of the actinide elements. Here if I take thorium, thorium is having 5f0. It is stable with 5f0 configuration. And here americium, if I take, it is 5f7. It does not contain electron in 6d. 6d subshell is 0. 5f7, it attains stable half-filled configuration. And in case of nobelium, it is having 5f14, 7s2 configuration. It does not contain the d electron. 6d 0. Here these elements are stable with empty, half-filled and completely filled configuration. Hence, there is an irregularity in the electronic configuration is observed. But the common in this configuration is 7s2 is the configuration, and here the variable occupancy is in case of 6d as well as 5f. Variable occupancy is observed in case of 6d as well as 5f subshell. After this electronic configuration, here next comes here the atomic as well as the ionic radii. Atomic and ionic radii. Similar to that of the lanthanide elements, here the actinide elements also exhibit the contraction. We call these elements which exhibit contraction is known as actinoid contraction. Here there is a regular decrease in the atomic or ionic radius. When you move from left to right in the periodic table with increase in atomic number, there is a regular decrease in the atomic as well as ionic radius. This contraction is known as actinoid contraction. The same contraction, if it takes place in lanthanide elements, we used to say that is lanthanide contraction. But here, since it is actinide series, it is known as actinoid contraction. The regular decrease in the atomic and ionic radius when you move from left to right in the periodic table with increase in atomic number is known as actinoid contraction. How this actinoid contraction takes place? What is the cause for it? Let us see here. The outer shell is known as the valence shell here. In the actinide elements, here the outer is 7s subshell. After 7s, next comes here the 6d subshell. Innermost is the 5f subshell. In these actinide elements, the common is the outer electronic configuration is filled here. All these elements are having 7s2. Here subshell is completely filled. In the 7th period, it is having 2 electrons. If you take 6d, some elements is having 1 electron and some elements does not contain any electron in D. Here either 1 or it may be no electrons. Where the incoming electrons enters, the incoming electron enters into the anti-penultimate 5f subshell. Here the electrons are filled in the anti-penultimate 5f subshell here. Since these 5f electrons, there is a poor shielding takes place in case of 5f. Due to the poor shielding effect of 5f electrons, the nucleus attracts the outermost 7s2 electrons towards itself. There is a greater extent of attraction from the nucleus on the outermost electrons. 7s2 electrons are attracted here. Effective nuclear charge increases. Since there is effective nuclear charge increases because of poor shielding effect of 5f electrons, there is a regular decrease in the atomic as well as ionic radius is observed in case of the actinoid elements. Here, when you compare the lanthanide series, there was 4f electrons. Here in actinide it is a 5f. When you compare the 5f electrons and 4f electrons, among these 5f electrons is having much poor shielding effect than compared with that of the 4f electrons. Hence, there is a greater extent of decrease in the atomic and ionic radius with increase in atomic number in case of actinoid elements. Actinoid elements are much smaller in size than compared with that of the lanthanide elements, because here the poor shielding effect of 5f is more, it is having poor shielding effect is much more 5f electrons exhibit than compared with 4f. Since due to poor shielding effect of 5f electrons than the 4f, here the actinoid elements are size is smaller. Actinoid elements exhibit smaller size, smaller atomic and ionic size than compared with the lanthanide elements due to poor shielding effect of 5f electrons than compared with that of the 4f electrons. This is about the ionic as atomic as well as the ionic radius. After the atomic and ionic radius, next comes here its oxidation state. Here, similar to that of lanthanide elements, here the actinide elements also exhibit the common oxidation state of +3. These elements are having common oxidation state of +3. Lanthanide exhibit common oxidation state is +3, as well as actinides exhibit the common oxidation state is +3. Many of the compounds we find in nature is having an oxidation state of +3. Here when you move from thorium it is having +4. From thorium to the neptunium as well as the plutonium, there is an increase in the oxidation state takes place. Thorium it is having +4 oxidation state. Neptunium and plutonium it is having from +3 to +7 as its oxidation state. When you move from the thorium with oxidation state +4 up to the neptunium as well as plutonium, both exhibits oxidation state ranging from +3 to +7. They are having maximum oxidation state of +7. Later on there is a decrease in the oxidation state after the plutonium. Here the oxidation state you will observe is a variable oxidation state. We have studied in the D block elements. D block elements used to exhibit the variable oxidation state. Similar to that of D block elements, here these actinide elements also exhibit variable oxidation state ranging from +3 to the +7. The variable oxidation state of these elements are due to the comparable energies. These subshell 5F60 as well as 7S subshell, they are having comparable energies. 5F60 as well as 7S subshells, they are having comparable energies. They are having similar energies. Because of these comparable energies of these three subshells, here the actinide elements exhibit the variable oxidation state similar to that of the D block elements. Here in general all these elements are having +3. More number of compounds are observed in here with oxidation state as +3. Here in this case, if you see the starting elements, that is thorium, proactinium, uranium, these elements with the small oxidation state, lower oxidation state, elements with lower oxidation state are ionic in nature, as well as the elements with higher oxidation state. Here higher oxidation state, that is neptunium and plutonium, they are covalent in nature. Elements lower oxidation states are lower oxidation state elements are ionic compounds. Higher oxidation state elements, they are covalent in nature. And these elements exhibit the variable oxidation state because of the comparable energies of 5F60 as well as 7S subshells. After this oxidation state, next comes here the comparison between the lanthanide elements as well as the actinide elements. Comparison between lanthanide and actinide elements. In the exam, you get for 2 marks, write any 2 differences between the lanthanide as well as the actinide elements. Here, if we compare the lanthanide and actinide elements, among the lanthanide and actinide here, which is the radioactive? Actinide elements are radioactive in nature, whereas the lanthanide elements they are non-radioactive in nature. This is the first difference. Here, the actinide elements are having smaller size. Its atomic and ionic size is smaller, whereas the lanthanide elements, they are having larger, that compared with that of the actinides, lanthanides are having greater in size. Here the lanthanide contraction and actinide contraction, if you compare here the elements, the lanthanide contraction is lesser than compared with the actinide contraction, or actinide contraction is greater than compared with that of the lanthanide contraction. Here this actinide contraction is greater because of the poor shielding effect of 5F electrons. This poor shielding effect of 5F electrons than compared with the 4F electrons of the actinide series. Here the actinide elements, generally few elements are the naturally occurring and many are the artificial elements, man-made elements. Hence we call that elements as transuranium elements. Whereas the lanthanide elements are naturally occurring, whereas the actinide elements are artificially prepared man-made elements synthesized in the lab. And here if you compare the ionization enthalpies, actinide elements, starting few elements, they are having lower ionization enthalpy in case of actinide elements than compared with that of the lanthanide elements. Ionization of the early actinide is lower than compared with that of the lanthanide elements. And when we compare the reactivity, actinides are more reactive, highly reactive in nature than that of the lanthanide elements. In the exam for 2 marks, you will get the write any two differences between the actinide as well as the lanthanides. Actinide elements, many of them are man-made elements, whereas lanthanide elements are naturally occurring in nature. After this, last comes here the applications of D and F block elements. Applications. Applications means here uses. Applications of D and F block elements. Here in applications of D and F block elements, first comes here the iron. Iron as well as the steel. Iron as well as steel, they are generally used in the construction materials. In the construction of buildings, dams, we use the iron as well as steel. This is the first use. Steel, it is an alloy. Here, along with this steel alloy, if we use nickel as well as the chromium. In the steel alloy, if we use nickel and chromium, we call that steel as a stainless steel. This stainless steel, it is used for the utensils. Why we use this stainless steel? Because it is corrosion resistance. Hence this stainless steel, it is used in the utensils as well as in the machinery parts. Alnico. The word itself indicates. Alnico means aluminium, nickel as well as cobalt. Alnico alloy, it is used as a permanent magnet. It is used as a permanent magnet. TiO2. TiO2 is titanium dioxide. Titanium dioxide, it is used as a pigment, that is for the coloring purpose. This titanium dioxide especially it is used in the paint industries and in many industries for the coloring purpose. Next use comes here MnO2. MnO2, manganese dioxide, it is used in the dry battery cell. It is used in dry battery cell. In dry battery cell, along with MnO2, we use zinc, we use nickel as well as we use the cadmium. Along with MnO2, we use zinc, nickel as well as cadmium. Here the next comes here the gold, silver and copper. Gold, silver and copper, it is used in making coins. It is used in the ornaments purpose. And next comes these elements generally used as a catalyst here. Here D and F block elements are used as a catalyst. You know that vanadium pentoxide, V2O5. Vanadium pentoxide, it is used as a catalyst in the manufacture of sulfuric acid by contact process. In the conversion of sulfur dioxide to sulfur trioxide, vanadium pentoxide was used as a catalyst. in manufacture of ammonia by Haber's process. Nickel. Finely divided nickel is used as a catalyst in the hydrogenations of oils. It is used in hydrogenation of oils. Silver bromide, AgBr. Silver bromide is photosensitive in nature. Because of it is photosensitive in nature, it is used in the photography. These are very important in the competitive exam. They ask, you have to remember these applications. In the Wacker process, here ethene is converted into ethanol. In conversion of ethene into ethanol, we use a catalyst is palladium chloride is used as a catalyst. Palladium belongs to here the D block elements. Wacker process conversion of ethene to ethanol, palladium chloride is used as a catalyst. Nickel, it is used, nickel and its complexes, they are used in the polymerization. Here some of the polymerization of the compounds like alkynes as well as in the benzene derivatives, nickel complexes are used. And here the last use is Ziegler-Natta catalyst or Ziegler catalyst. Ziegler's catalyst. Ziegler's catalyst. Here titanium tetrachloride TiCl4 and AlC2H5 thrice is known as Ziegler's catalyst. This is very important. For 1 mark question, they ask what is Ziegler catalyst or Ziegler-Natta catalyst. TiCl4, a mixture of TiCl4 and AlC2H5 thrice is known as Ziegler catalyst. Here titanium belongs to the D block elements. Here this Ziegler's catalyst, it is used in the polymerization. It is used in the polymerization of polythene, manufacture of polythene. This Ziegler catalyst is used. These are some of the applications of the D and F block elements. This completes the chapter D and F block elements. Thank you.